Lecture number 4. Parts of speech. In the English language, there are various parts of speech which are put together in order to form a sentence. Without these, the language would never be able to function. What exactly are the different parts of speech? How do you know which words correspond to different grammatical categories? Today, we will discuss parts of speech and how to identify, modify, and use them in simple and complex sentences. Parts of speech are word categories that are defined by the grammatical roles they play in sentence structures. The categories of words are organized by the grammatical functions and meanings they produce and convey. In the English language, there are 9 common parts of speech. These are nouns, verbs, adjectives, interjections, adverbs, pronouns, conjunctions, prepositions, determiners, and articles. These types are categorized into open and closed classes. In open word classes, the parts of speech that have newer words that are introduced to them over time, these include nouns, verbs, adjectives, interjections, and adverbs. While in closed word classes, the parts of speech that are consistent and do not have newer words introduced to them over time, these include pronouns, conjunctions, determiners, and prepositions. First speech of word is noun, a newness, a word which gives a name to something. In some cases you might hear them referred to as a naming word. For examples, leader, Lahore, milk, wisdom, elephant, ollie, river, etc. Let us use these noun examples into sentences. For example, Thea churtled that Drento stopped chattering in class, and John is good at French but weak at the story. There are various different subcategories of nouns such as the proper noun, the common noun, the collective noun, the possessive noun, and the abstract noun. Each one of these serves a different purpose. Let's look at this a little more closely. The proper noun is used to name a specific item, for example the names of places or people, or perhaps a movie or song title. The capital of England is London. Sarahi's beautiful dot in these sentences, England, London, and Sarah are the proper nouns. A common noun is the most simple form of a noun and gives a name to any item. Here is a cup. Do you want a cake? In these sentences, cup and cake are common nouns. A collective noun is used to refer to a group of nouns, for example, any people or animal groups. Jungle, crowd, galaxy, nation, cluster, etc. collective nouns. Let us use these in sentences. The swarm of bees were headed straight towards our picnic. At church on Sunday, the choir sings loudly. In these sentences, swarm and choir are the collective nouns. A possessive noun is used to show ownership of something. This is done by adding an apostrophe and an s, like in the following examples. This is middagsball, that is fifriend. An abstract noun is the name of some feeling, quality, or action we can't see, hear, or taste. For example, Ali was very naughty in his boyhood. She is a polite lady. Ahmed is a brave boy. In these sentences, brave, polite, and boyhood are abstract nouns. A verb is one of the most important parts of speech and is a word which is used to describe an action. For example, walk, is, seem, realize, run, see, swim, stand, go, have, get, promise, invite, listen, sing, sit, laugh, walk. The use of verb in sentence is as, don't try to run before you can walk, leave me alone. There are 3 main types of verbs which are discussed next. The types of verb are action verb, linking verb, and modal verb. An action verb is exactly what you might expect. It describes an action. For example, the man walked down the street, a lot at his joke. The types of action verb are transitive verb and intransitive verb. A linking verb is used to show a state of being rather than a physical action. For example, Sarah feels cold, I'm very tired. And modal verb is used to help the main verb and can show the speaker's thoughts or attitude about what they are saying. For example, the words such as might, must, could, and can are all modal verbs. I might walk to the park this afternoon. I can eat the last slice of cake. Let's talk about pronoun. Pronounus one which replaces a noun. Let's take a look at some examples of this. I, me, we, you, he, she, yours, himself, its, my, that, this, those, us, who, whom. In sentences, it can be used as, she tried it herself, you can't blame him for everything. There are many types of pronouns, but here we shall discuss more important and more widely used types of pronouns that are personal pronoun, reflexive pronoun, indefinite pronoun, possessive pronoun and relative pronoun. A personal pronoun is a pronoun that is related mainly to a particular person. Personal pronouns are not limited to people and can also refer to animals and objects. For example, I, you, he, she, it, we, they, me, him, her, us, and them are all personal pronouns. There are types of personal pronoun which are subject pronoun and object pronoun. When he person or thing is the subject of the sentence, it is called subject pronoun. For example, I like to watch TV, Booth does not, while object pronoun can be defined as the person or thing is the object of the sentence. For example, Sophia likes me but not him. A reflexive pronoun is used to refer to self. For example, myself or yourself. I am going to keep this last cupcake for myself. Peter always puts himself first. In these sentences, myself and himself are the reflexive pronouns. The indefinite pronoun. This type of pronoun is used to refer to a non-specific person or item. You might see words such as anything, few, everyone, or all. For example, can you take off these? I need to speak to Samin about this rash on my arm. In these sentences, all and someone are indefinite pronoun. A possessive pronoun is used to show possession or ownership of something. For example, my, his, their, or yours is the seer bag. I have been looking after his daughter. In these sentences, your and his are the possessive pronoun. A relative pronoun is used to introduce an adjective clause. You might recognize these as words such as who, which, that or whose. This is the woman will be working with you. Is this the book that everyone is raving about? In these sentences, who and that are relative pronoun. Here, in columns, subjective pronoun, objective pronoun, possessive pronoun singular and plural and reflexive pronouns. While in rows, first, second and third person male and female are given. Remember these to identify them. An adjective is a word which describes a noun or pronoun. There are thousands of adjectives within the English language. For examples, beautiful, tall, blue, brave, careful, healthy, little, old, brown dog, red car, tall boy, fat cat, biggerton. In sentence, we can use adjective as, the small squirrel ran up the tree. During the thunderstorm, we saw some heavy rain. The weather is shotan sanitati. Some adjectives describe the quality of an object in three different ways. The positive degree. He is an intelligent student. Here, intelligent is positive degree of adjective. The comparative degree a hyena is more intelligent than huma. Here, more intelligent is the comparative degree of adjective. The superlative degree. This is the tallest tree in this garden. Here, tallest is the superlative degree of adjective. An adverb is used to modify or further explain an adjective, verb or another adverb. They can add more information to a sentence, making it more clear and easier for the listener to imagine what is being described in detail. Most of the time, adverbs will end in the letters lie, but there are some exceptions to this rule, such as the words very and never. For example, this is an extra-melotrevik photograph. I have a large pet dog. My car drives quickly. In these sentences, extremely, very, and quickly are adjectives. Prepositio. A preposition is used in English to show a relationship between two words or phrases. You might recognize a preposition as being words such as in, before, on, at, to, between, etc. For example, the cat is sitting in the wall. I am going to the salon after me dinner. The boy ran along the street for an hour. you will find the Theatrinth Town Center. I saw that nuisance newspapers. In these sentences, on, after, for, in are the prepositions. For describing time and place, in, on and at are used. In is used for the point itself which is general, on is used for the surface which is more specific, and at is used for the general vicinity which is very specific defined. An interjection could also be thought of as an exclamation. They are used to emotion, reaction, or excitement and have no grammatical link to anything else within the sentence they appear. Interjection example sentences. Phew, that was a close call. Wow. Did you see how big that bird was? Hooray, you passed your exam. Well, what did he say? Yeah, she's going with us tonight. In these sentences, phew, wow, hooray, well, and yeah, are the interjections. A conjunction is used as a way of joining two or more ideas or words together. Most commonly you will see the words for and not, but, or yet, and so used as a conjunction. For examples, and, however, still, but, or, so, after, since, before, either. These can be used in sentences as this is a gift for me friend. I was teary-eyed, I still went to the gym. In these sentences, for and yet are conjunctions. Here is an assignment for you, which is to do practice of identifying each part of speech from the sentences you speak and write in your routine life.